fucking the servers are down for like
Wow.
I don't know a good
They
I don't
open
know.
the stadium and the servers go down.
I know right. Fuck that
Isn't
stadium.
this how they usually be though? Like that's how it happens, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
everybody's making a big deal about fighting inside that dumbass stadium.
You know what's funny is because they wanted that stadium opened up since they first put it there. And then now the stadium's open. Now you got all these, I think, what is it? Different modes because the stadium is open.
You know how many times
Now,
me and Jomar got ambushed outside that fucking stadium? The
yo, the
motherfuckers
la-
standing on top of the stadium.
yo,
Right.
the last time I played Warzone, I ambushed like 3 people by myself
That
outside that
shit,
stadium.
it's fun on PUBG to ambush people. Like it's most fun on PUBG, I would say,
Oh yeah, cause you just you're
because the
like
shooter's
sitting in
more
a
realistic.
house. Matter of fact, I remember I think I shared a still picture where I shot 2 people who were they were just standing outside the house, and they were just, I don't know, I thought they were shooting each other first, and they
Yeah, I
just
remember
stood
that shit.
there. I was just like,
I remember that
pop,
one.
pop.
I don't
That
know.
Right.
was
It's like
easy.
in PUBG they just stand aimlessly, like, oh, so what do I do now? It's like you might want to find some fucking cover,
Yeah, because it's mostly a ghost town, so.
Yeah,
right?
I'm putting this stuff. I'm putting this stuff on social media so let everybody know we live.
Hey,
Boy.
you get to see our faces
I know, right?
again.
No NY Kia, no NY Kia surprises.
My
Everybody
son
who's
is in the
saying we're
background.
black, you're right.
That's like the reverse Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah, so it look like we good. I'm not using my other like this microphone is not as sensitive using this, so that's good.
Mm.
All
Yeah,
right. Oh, what you about to say?
I was about to say I noticed the lighting is more like when I get towards the screen turns more blue. So if I sit back, I'm a natural color. So I
Okay.
don't turn to a Smurf.
All right, so let's get it. This is episode 167 for First and Frame Race. Myself at the top left, DJ 81, top right, Bills down there below us. We're gonna be talking about.
Pause.
Hey,
Pause.
I ain't listen.
Whoa, VF. Whoa,
Pause.
My
VF.
mind is not there.
No
Whoa,
DB and AB tonight,
No,
man.
it's
No
not.
DB and AB.
My mind is not there. I'm not
well,
going there.
VF got the camera angle from an appropriate angle, so
And there's DJ. DJ got that. He got that mindset.
no, because I'm up here. You can look at me straight in my eyes. Ain't no looking up at
Oh
anybody
my
here.
god.
This is
But
not
anyway,
how.
like I said, we're gonna be doing this thing once again. Flight simulators on deck. Talk about the MLB, Madden NFL 21. We talked to one another. We said it was gonna do the camera thing, and yeah, and this is where we are now. I think it's time after 160 plus episodes. It's time to put the cameras out there so y'all can see all of our beautiful faces. So other than that, man, let's get into it. If you guys would like, you can check us on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud. Join the Discord.
He said showing confidence. I mean, shit. What we got to be scared of?
I ain't never was scared of my looks. I ain't know about that, but that's a.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta be. We gotta be
I
scared.
did. I did modeling for about 2 months. I'm not worried about a camera.
Our Twitter feeds are right there at the bottom. You can follow us on Twitter as well. So, like I said, the topics are right there. But first, we're gonna get into these intros. DJ, how you been?
Man, I've been good. Been playing this Microsoft Flight Simulator. I feel like I'm 8 and 9 years old all over again with this game. So, been enjoying life, sporting the Washington Nationals World Series, even though they suck right now. And yeah, let's get into these topics for today.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Bills, how you been? What's been going on?
I've been laughing at the idiots on Twitter, bro. Honestly, and separated my page on IG from music and sports to music and sports separately. So see how that shit works out. But yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So, all right, we already got a couple of people here. You know, the usual. Got one person already here from Twitch. That's
Yeah, I
great.
see that. That's nice.
That's an
That's
interesting
good.
question.
Shuggy FM, he said, "What's happening, boys? You thinking about the big draft? John Jones giving the light heavyweight belt to who you think he should fight at heavyweight." We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. I know I'm not a UFC type. I'm not a UFC fan, so I know that's
Yeah,
right up
that's
Will's.
all Bills
Yeah,
right there.
that's all Bills all day. Also, Spec Poo asked when we monster hunting. That probably might be
Never,
that. No, hey, listen, I've
never.
been on it, man. I've been on it for the past couple of days. I
I'm
actually like
saying never.
it. Hey,
I tried it out when it first dropped, and that was enough for me.
really?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
I
good.
actually, I actually like
I'll
it.
be quick. Give
I'll
me 2
get with
seconds. I'll be
you.
quick.
Okay.
I'll get with you, Pooh. I'll let you know when we can get on it because I'm actually interested in it. I actually had a pretty good time on it. So
Yeah, because here's the thing with Pooh on that Monster Hunter. If you're not gonna jump in the plane and fly with me, as named in a book or a videotape back in the '80s with Michael Jordan, then I'm not gonna Monster Hunt with you.
Real Football Gamer said, "I'm just here so I don't get found. I'll catch most of this later." Yeah, he always check us out when he's at work. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, man, let's get right into it. I know you've been the one that's been on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. You've been talking about it heavy. I've seen some of the reviews. That thing got like a 95 on Metacritic right now or something
Yeah,
like that.
this thing is scoring way high,
Yeah, it's like
and
ridiculously high.
the strange thing about it is that for it to score that high, and just to dig into the console wars real bit, a lot of Xbox people are like, "Oh yeah, Microsoft finally got their exclusive right," and I'm like, but you can't even play it on Xbox right now. You can only play it on PC."
Right.
Until next gen, because the game is built for the Series X, S, and whatever other series they want to put out there. So yeah, I'm like, but throwing that away, I definitely am enjoying my time. Right now, I'm going through the flight training, so it's right away. It's easily accessible. You can plug and play. It gives you that option, or you can choose to just do the real deal Holyfield and have everything happen. You can fly anywhere. Obviously, I'm just flying around the area in DMV. I had a clip that I posted on Twitter where I flew over my house. I flew over my high school, my
Yeah, I
community
saw that. I saw
college,
that. I saw
and
that.
my house all in one sitting. But the one thing I did notice was that the map's not updated, and then obviously they're going by the real maps. So Google Maps and whoever the map that they're going by, y'all need to update y'all maps. So this flight sim could be, because I flew over an area that, like, before I flew over to high school, I noticed that there was an area under construction which has luxury apartments right now. So
Okay.
yeah. Google, and especially, and they may be too busy fighting off Epic right now, but update your
Yeah.
maps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this type of game is going to have a lot of updates as far as that goes. So I think they'll be able to do that. To the
Hmm.
extent is the question, because I don't know if would that be a big update? Would that be a big patch? How costly would it be? I mean, even if they
I
have to
don't
go
think it
with
would,
yeah, no, I don't think it would. I mean, but
because
you're thinking
that's
about it, if you're updating something that big, you basically updating the globe. I mean, how big is the map? I mean, is it a map of the U.S. or the entire country? I mean, the world. If it's the
well.
country, it shouldn't be that bad.
Well, the thing is that they're all because they're. Let me see. How would I explain this? It's just like, okay, back in the early, I think Madden 10, somebody pointed out how they used to do real world weather through the Weather Channel. So through the Weather Channel, all they had to do is just tap into their servers to get the information. So it's
Right.
kind of like the same thing, because they also uh, the real world maps they go by, real world, apparently real world ATC, real world airports, real world traffic. You can turn those on and off if you want to. They do. They definitely have the real world weather, because, as you guys saw in the stream earlier, I flew through a couple of storms. I actually changed the weather on the fly, which is also another cool feature, that you can change the weather mid-flight, and you see the effects of different weather you see the different weather effects, whether it be the rain on the windshield, a la Drive Club, and other games that have done that. Uh, I
That
did,
weather effect, right?
yeah, and then on top of that, switched it to a snowstorm, and you saw the windows ice up, and they iced up a lot more than it would on the regular racing games. And then you also got a chance to see me fly into a clearing of that storm. Like you could see around me, like I was in the eye of the whatever storm was passing through. You could see like the wall of rain down on the landscape. You could see the lightning. Matter of fact, the first bit of lightning I saw went sideways. It was like I never seen. I'm like I've seen lightning strike diagonally and down, but I've never seen it strike
Going
sideways.
like sideways, right,
Oh
right.
yeah, but I know that it could happen. You just don't see it because you're not at that altitude to really see all that. But to see the different levels in the clouds, like all the stuff I learned in elementary school about weather and the different type of clouds. I can't spat off the names of the type of clouds right now. I know one of them, and that was the one I was looking at. Was the I think it's the cumular nimbus
Yeah,
cloud.
cumulus
That's the
nimbus.
one
Okay.
that looks like the freaking it's just a thick ass cloud, but that's where all the like electricity and everything builds up, and then all of a sudden you get your
Right.
lightning, your thunder, stuff like that. But you see me fly through the eye of the storm, and then obviously a clear day, you can see everything. So I like it so far.
That sounds good. I mean, I don't think it's a game that I will get into. I mean, it's not my thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's kind of crazy because I like driving simulators and all this other stuff. Like I play like Forza and a set of Corsa, but flight sim. I don't know. I guess it's an airplane. It's not my thing. But I don't know the way I see. I may just try it out just because I think it'll be interesting for me
It
to try it
it
out.
it does have co-op, so we can all get on there and start flying. So there,
Okay.
that option is there.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, I'll keep that in the back of my mind because that's something I may at least give it a shot. I don't see what nothing wrong with giving it a shot. I'm
Hmm.
still waiting for Bill. Since Bill said his computer had to restart. So with that being said, we'll just hold on until we get to him. But also
Yeah,
he did say that the game is basically a next gen game now. And
yeah, it pretty
so
much is.
so with that being said, what setting you're playing it on PC, correct? So
Yes.
how does it look? Does it like is it just a very clean looking game right now, or is it something that looks like it should be on the next generation console, or what are your thoughts about the visuals? Because a lot of people saying it looks really good.
Oh yeah, the visuals very much look next gen. For my PC, since it's considered even to Microsoft's standard, when I logged in, it considered my PC a high end PC.
Okay.
So with that being said, for a high end PC, um, I it looks very good. I had to make sure I mess with the settings enough so that way I wouldn't get beyond that setting. So I definitely experienced a couple of rough moments, like when you fly low, all the 3D structures and stuff like that had to pop in, and once you it. I started experiencing a little bit of like a frame rate issue when I was flying low. But
Okay.
as I flew higher, they didn't have to pop in as much to 3D structures. But it's still cool to at certain moments to be able to fly low, have that smooth frame rate, have
Right.
the lens flare from the sun shining in the windshield, and also looking at the dashboard to see the altimeter, the tachometer, uh, the compass, the all the stuff that I remember when I was like 8 years old playing flight simulators back then. Like I said, this just all reminds me of when I was a kid. But back to the whole next gen thing, when you play this game in 4K,
Uh
which I
huh.
haven't yet, but be prepared. I know Bills is ready when this thing launches on Microsoft Series X. Be prepared for to be blown away. That's it's pretty much. I can only imagine Bill's playing it, and he's taking off from whatever. What's the
Mm-hmm.
airport in the Boston area?
Hey, they don't even
The
got Logan
Logan.
in the
The
game. They be
Logan.
hating. They don't even got Logan in the game. Fuck them.
So yeah, they
So
They're
don't have
probably gonna
Logan
call that shit.
International.
Gonna call it Boston International Airport or some shit.
Well, technically, they may just have it just be a spot where you just land. Because I remember because Bill saw the attempted landing, the impromptu landing I tried. I came in hot.
DJ bounced like a basketball back up in the air.
Oh wow!
He tried to land.
Now
Oh,
I will
shit,
admit.
that was
Now I will
funny.
admit, since I haven't played flight simulators in a while. Now I had one offline flight where everything went smoothly. The landing was straight. But I am playing where I do have some. I do have like the training wheels on. So I'm slowly working to get those training wheels off. But I actually just went through earlier because all the settings you can do is you can set them up broadly, easy, medium, hard, and I think that one of them has like another type of hey, but what is it? You can specifically go through each category and the subcategories. You can select the difficulty levels, whether you want stuff on, off. They have AI control
Yeah,
things like your
Right.
co-pilot can definitely take over for because you definitely have to know what the air traffic controllers, especially the verbiage, and just be prepared to deal with all that. I'm like, you don't have to deal with that. You can have your AI take care of all that, but just be familiar with that.
right.
And my
Right.
job,
Right.
my job in the Air Force was close to air traffic control. So it all just came, all my military service just basically just came back at me from that other side. So yeah, but for next gen, yeah, this is definitely going to be a next gen title for you Xbox Series X potential owners. It'll probably be the only console exclusive game you guys will have this fall. So
So based on what you've seen, Bills, what are your thoughts about the game so far?
The game was definitely beautiful, man. I mean, it was definitely a beautiful game as far as the environments. Planes looked amazing. The only thing that turned me off was the fact it looked like a ghost was flying the goddamn plane. when there was nobody controlling the handles. That's why I was like, DJ, is there a fucking ghost flying the plane or something? So
and
that's the
it's
only
fun.
thing that kind of takes me out of it. But I mean,
But
Right.
the funny thing about it is that when you switch the views, which you can also do on the fly, the people are in there. So they're only out of there when you're in the cockpit, which I could understand that
they probably did
graphically.
that. They
I
probably
think
did that because it's like we don't want any people bitching like I don't want to be black. Why do I have black hands on it?
Oh
well,
wow!
well, the funny thing is you can also pick your avatar for your pilot, so you don't have to worry about that. You can't pick the particular clothing that they wear, but you can pick a white guy, black guy. I don't know about the other races, black
That's how it is
woman,
with
white woman.
simulator. It's the same thing, kind of.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I think it's like 18 avatars that you can pick. So if you think about it, six on each. No, wait a minute, 9 on each side. I had to do my math real
So you
quick.
got 18.
Yep.
Not bad.
No, that ain't bad at all. All right, what's going on? People who's in the chat. Excuse me.
Wait a
People that's
minute.
in this-
Why is your
what?
name Slave Lake?
I don't want to know about that.
Whoa! Wait, he has a Trump. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's a Trump supporter.
Look
Appreciate
at
you
his
coming through.
Abby.
Yeah, I see it. I didn't even know that. I just looked at the name.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. We are open minded, but just be prepared. If you say something stupid.
What's going on, Jared Green? What's up with you, Chris Thomas? As always, Gamer Champ. What's good, bro? Zeke Post just came in. What's going on? Appreciate everybody who's here.
Where these new people coming from?
Hey,
wherever they are, thank you.
Thank you. Exactly.
Thank
I'm
you.
not asking any questions. But we appreciate you guys. Everybody's here.
Trump 2020 in the chat. Okay. Keep going.
With that being said, anything else y'all got with Flight Simulator? Jay, no?
Nah, I mean it seemed fun, so I can't wait to play it. Honestly.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I'll see you this fall when you finally jump on, because I know what is it, in about a few hours, I guess, the Madden for Origin premiere. Oh, that's right, you don't.
I'll get it tomorrow, I think.
See,
For
that's
EA Access, it usually comes out the Wednesday. If
Yeah,
the
he
game
usually come out Wednesday, and he'll
Yeah.
have 10 hours. We'll have a whole 7 days.
Yeah.
yeah, because they just switched on PC to EA Play. It's no longer Origin Access Premiere. They did that switch today.
See, I don't know
Okay.
if they did it on I don't know if they did it on console yet because they're talking about doing it on console too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From what I know, I think it's still like 10 hours and 3 days early or something like that. And we still have the 7 days as far as I know. I haven't heard anything change, but nevertheless,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely waiting for that because we'll get into that a little bit later because I put that at the back end of the titles. So we'll
Yo,
talk
I'm
about
Mm-hmm.
the
gonna say
MLB.
it real quick for y'all in the chat. This is not a political podcast, so y'all should tread very lightly because this isn't a political podcast. Y'all can get flagged real quick.
Yeah, you.
That's all I'm gonna
I'm
say.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. You got that. You got
Yeah, hold
the first one's
on.
free. I'm just saying like that. The first one's free. We'll just leave it
Okay.
at that. The
Yeah.
first one's free. The second one, you're gone.
I'm about
And
to say that.
I'm not saying a timeout. I'm just saying you're gone. We talk about sports and sports gaming here. I don't see where all the other extra stuff come from. But nevertheless, let's talk about the MLB. Bills, what was the problem that you had with the MLB? Because I couldn't catch all of that. What were you talking
Oh,
about?
this is gonna be funny.
Mm. All right, so the Padres were up big last night, and uh, the home run leader in the league, Fernando Tatis, hits a grand slam. What inning was it, DJ?
Oh, I think it was late. I know that much.
And they were up big, and he had so basically his manager came out and threw him under the bus in a way for hitting a home run. He basically said that he should have took it as a ball on 3-0, which was just ridiculous. So now everybody's sort of taking the coach's side in a way, saying, "Oh yeah, the manager's right. You know, there's no need to run up the score." And y'all know how I feel about this shit. Like, I'm not one of these people that's soft and you should be a gracious winner. Fuck that. If you want them to stop scoring, stop throwing the ball over the middle of the fucking plate. Period. End of story. The game is over when the 27th out is made for whatever team's getting. That's it. End of story. There's nothing else to talk about. We're professional athletes, and they're sitting there talking about fucking sportsmanship and not running the score up. That's fucking crazy. But this is just another example of baseball already having enough negativity, and they just broadcast more negativity. So that's what Major League Baseball is these days. It's just negativity.
Funny thing about that, and I agree wholeheartedly about that aspect. And I can't believe that a manager would throw his own player under the bus. That if they want to talk about unwritten rules, that's another one that we were talking about. Oh, we're gonna follow sportsmanship. Well, how about keeping stuff in house, like throwing your own player under the bus? I was always taught as an athlete playing whatever sport is that you play until the game ends. You keep playing. Nobody stops playing. If there's not a slaughter rule in effect, that's the only time the game ends. I remember one time in a baseball game in particular, we're up 7-0, and I basically ended the game on a base clearing triple. I'm like, we wound up winning what, 11-0. But the thing was, it's like, I don't care what the count is. If you're gonna throw me something over the plate where I like it, I'm gonna take advantage of it. I don't care what inning it is. I don't care if we are ahead by 20. If you want to insult me by throwing something over the plate in
Right.
any other situation, my instincts are telling me, knock that shit out the park. I will do it. Don't. So the manager should have just taken it like, look, he throws it over the plate, it gets hit. That's the way it works.
I
Don't
mean,
throw it over the plate next time.
but my thing is, why should we stop playing? Why are we responsible for another team being a shit show? We're not. We're in the business of wins and losses, bro. That's it. We're in the business of wins and losses. The only time running up a score is a problem is when you're the team that's getting your ass kicked. Now the manager wants to come and throw him a fucking bone. Oh, you should have took a ball on 3-0. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
with my last name, you show no mercy. You do not hesitate. you just act on everything. Like it, you don't. The point of playing competitively is to keep up with the other team and overtake the other team. If you didn't throw that over the plate, maybe you could have had a chance to come back I don't know if it was the bottom half that this happened or the top half.
Top half.
Possibly could have came back in the bottom half and done some things, but the other team's just making sure they keep your ass down. That's the way it's supposed to work.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's no league that's too big in Major League Baseball. There's no league that's too big.
Who got an echo?
I mean, who got echo?
That sounded like somebody had an echo. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know.
Oh well, it's probably just my headphones. Don't pay me no mind.
No,
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's professional athletes, man. I remember when they were complaining about the Patriots running the score up in that 07 season. It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that complaint amongst Redskins fans because we got beat the worst that year, and Joe Gibbs basically just laid down from the very beginning, like played cover 4, did nothing, didn't blitz Brady, nothing. It's your job as the opposing team to stop the other team from doing that.
It's like the people who complained about Dion dancing into the end zone. You threw a pick. You deserve to hear about it.
Right, exactly. If you got a problem with it, don't do it again or stop it. I mean that's what I always was taught. Like, you don't want nobody showboating or running up the score on you or doing whatever. You stop them. That's the only thing. You can't sit there and cry about it once it happened to you. I mean, if that's the case, I don't want you on my team. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I don't know. But no. It's just, so what do you think? Like, what team was this again?
So it was the Padres. Padres player hit the home run. I think the Giants they were playing. And I've never seen a coach do this. I've seen the other side. I've never seen a coach just come out and throw. Who is his best player? Make no mistake about it right now. His best player, threw him under the bus for doing something positive. He hit a fucking home run. It'd be one thing if it was 3-0 and he fucking whiffed. Right. Then okay, fine. He hit a grand slam. So come on, let's come on, man. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah, that's not coaching in my opinion. I don't know what the hell that is, but
you're the fucking Padres. You should be happy to win.
Right, exactly, and that your best player is on the cover of a video game.
He got to know his days are numbered.
Yeah, okay, he got to be. It's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna be here too much longer, so I'm gonna do whatever.
Like, you're a Padres manager, you got to know your days are numbered.
Right. So, before we get into Madden real quick, because I know that's something personally I honestly want to talk about. To be honest with you, what the hell happened? Because I haven't been watching like real sports. What the hell happened with the Mavs the other night?
Well, apparently, Porzingis got ejected over some soft shit. I didn't actually see the game myself, but I saw everybody react on Twitter.
That's what I saw. I saw everybody on Twitter reacting. That's what I was asking. Like, what the hell?
Okay, so I think it was the second quarter. Porzingis got a block that he thought was a clean block. They called it a foul. And he did this little punch in the air. It wasn't in the referee's direction, just a little punch in the air in frustration. They gave him a tech.
So you swing in the air?
There's a little swing in the air. He gave him a technical foul. So then we get to the fourth quarter. Dallas is dominating. No, it wasn't the fourth quarter. Third quarter. Dallas is dominating. I think they're up double digits against the Clippers, like 12 or something like that. They fucking eject Porzingis because what happened was Doncic, the whistle blew, and Morris like grabbed him, and he didn't know who it was behind him. So he's like, "Yo, get off of me!" And then Morris started getting aggressive. So Porzingis came in, and Porzingis kind of shoved him, and they ejected him. Now, my thing is, the ref, who's full of shit because he's a former ref and he's just doing the league's bidding, he says that technical foul on the punching in the air is consistent with what we've seen, which is utter bullshit, by the way, because we've seen players do a bunch of shit to make refs look bad. We've seen. I mean, they said now they're calling a technical foul for you waving at a ref when you go down the court, waving at a ref. Like, oh, that's a bad call.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's what I'm saying. So even LeBron went on Twitter and was like, yo, that's bullshit. Like, that's awful.
Right.
All the players agreed that was an awful call. You do not call that in the playoffs. You don't. And the thing was, like I said, I knew it was the league's bidding because they knew that the Mavericks offense was pretty much one-dimensional without Porzingis. It was all threes from there. It was Doncic isolation. There was going to be nothing dynamic about that offense without Porzingis, and everything went downhill from there. The Clippers could not.
Did they end up losing the game?
Yeah, they lost. The Clippers couldn't check them at all. Porzingis was killing them.
So wait a minute, they were playing the Clippers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no! I see exactly what's going on.
Of course.
Never mind. I see what exactly what's going on.
Even Doc Rivers didn't agree with it, and he's the fucking Clippers coach.
Adam Silver better put a hold on that. He need to do something about that. That's terrible.
They're doing shit on purpose, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's terrible because we kind of know what they want to do for these. It was three things they wanted. They wanted Zion to be prominent. They want the Clippers and the Lakers to play each other. It was like the three things that they wanted. You know,
yeah,
is obvious, but that's terrible. And you always question stuff like that as far as the NBA goes. Now it's just more added to the whole situation. Like, why you complain about it so much because you see stuff like this.
Well, and then of course it happens in favor of the team that is supposed to be winning. The Mavericks had a chance to steal game one, which obviously there's no home court advantage, but when you have a chance to steal game one against probably the prohibitive favorite in the conference, you take advantage of that. And for them to eject Porzingis, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that is terrible.
While we're in the NBA, let's talk about the Bucks for a second because
I knew we were going there. I knew we were going there.
Let me get my notes out real quick.
Look at this. Boy. Look at this comment, NYKia. Let me see if I can pull it up. Once it comes up, I'll let you see what he says in a second. But what you was about to say, Bills?
So Milwaukee lost to the Magic today by double digits. That's a 1 seed and an 8 seed, by the way. NYK said, watch Lillard get 3 fouls in the first quarter tonight. I wouldn't be surprised. Or McCollum to make it not so obvious. Or Nurkic to make it even less obvious. I'm going to go with Nurkic. Over under on Nurkic. I'm going to go with Nurkic. These are my notes for Milwaukee that I've been saying basically for the past, 3 years. Okay. They run 4 and out. Giannis ISO driving kick. They only score from secondary fast break with shooters running to corners. Giannis as a one-man fast break with quick outlets and long rebounds as another team way they score with the opposing team trotting back. These are the only ways they get easy buckets. I said other than that, the Bucks get no easy buckets. They have no legitimate number 2 and number 3 guy. Fool's gold. They've had the same core for the past 3 or 4 years. They've had the same issues. So, I mean, everybody's falling for this Milwaukee. They're the prohibitive favorite again. People keep falling for it. They haven't made it to the finals with this core in 3-4 years. Why is all of a sudden, because every other team in the East has to get their shit together, Milwaukee's all of a sudden a prohibitive favorite because they ran through the East this year? Kyrie was hurt. Kevin Durant was hurt. The Celtics had Kemba out for a long period of time. No John Wall. I can go down the list of every Eastern Conference team. They had some type of issue that was not even really self-inflicted, but they weren't at full strength at any time. So for people hyping Milwaukee, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Man, it is just obvious for a Buck to be frozen in headlights. It's like when you shine the spotlight on them so bright, they just freeze. It's just, in the playoffs, you definitely need an offense that's going to get you easy buckets other than the norm way that you get buckets. It just seems like when I'm watching them run their half-court offense, they seem to stop. There's a struggle. And plus, Giannis is still not comfortable at taking extended range shots.
He didn't score in the last 8 minutes of that quarter.
Talk about disappearing act.
Right.
And the thing is, one of the threes that he took, he missed really bad.
Well, there was a three I saw him make. He banked it. I was just like, yeah, he was like he definitely wasn't expecting that to bank in like that. So
The Celtics showed the blueprint to guard Giannis last year, which was funnel him to a spot and have the bigs put their hands as high up in the air as possible. Don't foul. Make him shoot over your length. And I mean, it worked. And
Yeah,
then Kyrie started acting like a cancer.
Yo, I got a question. This is a little off topic, but like Waspec Pooh said he want Brett Brown, aka Jason Garrett, out of there. Why that man? Why that
yo,
man gotta be Jason
Philly
Garrett,
fans are all over Brett Brown. It's just
like why that man gotta be
and
Jason
it was
Garrett,
just not it because despite the team having the success that they have, he just doesn't. Apparently, he doesn't either substitute right, he doesn't call the right plays, he leaves the wrong people in there, has people starting where they shouldn't be starting, aka Al Horford, steal your money, steal your girl. So it's one of those things where I think the Philly fans feel like they need a coach that can run that team a bit better. And then you have the Philly media, which and some Philly fans, they're trying to separate Simmons and Embiid. And as a Wizards fan, I understand how that is when you have two stars on your team that the media and some fans are constantly trying to separate when they are better together. And then one last thing, and this is something I've always found silly that now this is an attack on Philly fans, so fuck y'all. Why do y'all insist on Simmons doing something that he is never going to be comfortable in doing? Like, you don't need him to shoot threes. I'm like, to me, I see that man as a playmaker. He can post down low. He has length. He can drive to the basket. You got other shooters out on the court. He could easily draw 2, 3 people, kick it out, and somebody just bang it from out.
I will say this.
Point shooter in him.
This is an outside looking in type of look into that. I think that the NBA itself and the fans are kind of conditioned to like live and die by the three. And they already know that he can do everything else. They want him to add that to his arsenal, which you can probably diminish his game by doing that. Just let him do what he do.
I think the issue people have, and this is the issue I have, is sometimes his shot, which is an open shot, completely open, is the best shot on the court, whether he makes it or not, and he doesn't take it. And it stalls the offense out. Now, they could alleviate that if Brett Brown's dumbass would put him in the post, and he never would be in that situation. And here's another thing. And I asked this, and I'm sure you've heard me say this while we were talking. Why would you run pick and roll with a guy that doesn't want to shoot? They run pick and roll all the time with Ben Simmons. I'm like, what do you expect to come from this?
I know. I'm about to say, I know in 2K, if they're running pick and roll, it's catch hedge under all day.
Right.
Yep.
But he's more comfortable now. He was shooting them before he got hurt. He was actually shooting them. He said he went to a sports psychologist, which is good. Some guys need that. You know, the thing is, there are a lot of people that can do things or aren't as bad as they think they are, and they just don't have that confidence. Why he had that confidence issue, I don't know, but he seems to be getting worked out somewhat, but they're going to get swept by the Celtics.
Well, when you play in Philly, you need any type of psychologist for anything.
Embiid at 26 and 16, and even he said it wasn't enough last night, which it wasn't.
Wow. Well, so I mean, in the NBA, so I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been watching any sports. It's not because I don't want to. It's like I've been doing things like outside of like just watching anything else. I might watch a few YouTube channels. So I don't know the feel of like sports right now. Like I know you guys can tell me better. Like how is baseball going? What is, how basketball is going right now? Like, I mean, DJ, have you been watching hockey as well? Like, fill me in because I don't know what's been really going on with sports. So I'm kind of in the woods. So just not only me, maybe other people who's listening to us as well, watching us.
I'll tell you what. Right now, as a Cats fan, you don't want to watch. They're about to get swept. They have definitely given up on this series, and I need Tyler Reardon fired immediately before they end the game. I need Leonsis to somehow pry Trotz away from the Islanders because that's who's going to sweep them right in about shoot. At the appropriate time, the Islanders are about to sweep the Caps, and Trotz would have swept the two teams that gave him trouble when he was a Caps coach. He swept Pittsburgh last year, and he's about to sweep the Caps with the Islanders. So yeah, that's and I say that the two teams that gave him trouble, it was from within the organization from the Capitals that gave him trouble because the reason why Todd Reardon is the coach because Ted Leonsis has put him in that position to be associate head coach, kind of pushing Trotz out the door in our Stanley Cup year, and then obviously refusing to pay him because he didn't want to pay him the money. And you see what happens. You get what you pay for. You pay for trash, you get trash. And that's what's going on with the Caps right now. Just trash.
So, Bills, what's going on in the NBA? Because I know you talked about that a little bit, like with the Bucks and the 76ers. So, like, overall, what's going on right now? Fill me in.
Quality of the NBA is amazing right now. I said it yesterday. I think this is the highest quality basketball we've seen in a good decade.
Okay.
The thing is, they don't have anything to take their focus away. They're in the bubble. They're literally just concentrated on basketball. You go to practice, you go and chill with your team. You get to build camaraderie, and it's all basketball. The shooting, I mean, God, some of these teams have been shooting at a torrid pace. Good defense. I mean, people saying they're not defending. No, people are hitting tough shots. I mean, it's been a great offensive run as far as pretty much every team's concerned. You see a lot of guys having big nights. I think that's a result of maybe there not being as much pressure on them. CJ Warren's an example. Damian Lillard's been going off. Devin Booker was going off. Just like DJ said last week, I would have loved to see Bradley Beal in the bubble. A guy like IT probably would have got loose in the bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. The playoffs seems to have a different intensity. Obviously, there's not a playoff crowd, but the playoffs, as far as the players, they seem to have even a different intensity that they did a couple of days ago. It seems like these players are really, really, really into this, and they're excited about just being back to playing basketball, which is great. I feel like there's going to be an upset that might take people by surprise. There may be a couple. I think that overall the better team will win in the end, but that will be in the conference finals and the finals. I mean, I think there will be a couple of rounds, these first couple of rounds where there's going to be some crazy shit happening.
So you trying to tell me my Chicago Bulls have a chance?
Them motherfuckers ain't even get invited to the bubble.
Oh, we not in the bubble.
And you know the funny thing,
ain't in the bubble either.
You know
that.
You know the funny thing about that.
Messing. I knew Chicago wasn't. I'm just messing.
You know the funny thing about that is that even though Chicago wasn't invited in the bubble, they finised ahead of the Wizards.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because
we fired our coach recently too.
Yeah.
So glad we fired him. The dude was terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what they're planning on doing with Scott Brooks. I feel like he's in a no-win situation because fans haven't been satisfied with any head coach decision for quite some time, not just from him. I remember they got rid of Randy Whitman because he wouldn't change the style. Well, it's funny because he did change the style of the offense, but the offense didn't fit the personnel that was on the court. So that went to Grunfeld, which, like I said, we finished the season year one under our new GM, and I feel like we're on the up and up. It's just we have to definitely sign Davis. If we sign him, we pretty much have our three. Rui is going to be doing big things next year. And I know OG hates on Wall, but Wall being back and being relieved that he doesn't have to take all the he doesn't have to take on the full load of the franchise. It's going to be him and Beal. And it's going to be more Beal taking the pressure more than Wall. Wall can just sit there and be John Wall. Mostly playmaking, maybe a little scoring, maybe keep up his end of the scoring, but he can definitely play make. So
I'll tell you, Boylan was so bad. There was like a video per week on YouTube, and that motherfucker You calling a timeout on a fast break? Like motherfucker,
you ain't gotta tell me. I haven't been saying nothing, but I knew how terrible Boylan was. I just didn't say. I was just like, oh, wait, because that team has a lot of talent. They're young, but they have a lot of talent. They need a good coach that will push them, and he was not that guy.
I would have liked to see them in the bubble with an interim coach.
Yeah, well,
I mean, Markkanen, Levine, Kobe. White. Man.
And they got what's his name from Washington that came over?
Otto Porter and
Porter.
And there was another guy they got Saturansky.
Yeah, Saturansky, yes. And he's a decent backup. Well, I'll say he's a decent backup on 2K because I've been playing on 2K, and he's been playing okay. I don't know how he is in real life because every time I see he's pretty good. Okay, I mean it's pretty good nuclear.
Still stealing money.
Stealing money. And you got Wendell Carter. I mean, they got a pretty good team, man. They need somebody there to get those guys in the right direction. It's just been abysmal for the past almost 25 years, man. It's terrible. Nah, we good. We good. He can stay. Where is he? Charlotte? Yeah,
Charlotte. Yeah. Speaking of Charlotte. Oh.
All right, so we're good.
But y'all saw what happened with that Charlotte play-by-play announcer.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Man.
See, I'm gonna tell you something. Like right down the street from our house. I don't know if it probably made the news. You can just look it up. Like hit Columbia racist Kroger's. There's a Kroger right down the street from us, like literally like 5 minutes from my house.
Yo, hold up. Before you continue, I haven't heard anybody talk about Kroger since watching the movie Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, it's a girl. You know the grocery store Kroger. Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure it made national news because it was a big deal. Well, apparently a black kid, and I really didn't want to get into this too long, a black kid called in from work, and the manager texted another manager about him calling in, and he was calling him the N-word through the text. Apparently, the text got out because the other manager said, wait a minute, what did you call him? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry that got out. So he screen capped it, and everybody knew. It's crazy. It's crazy how people just fling that word around. It's unbelievable. But nevertheless, I don't want to get into much more of that. But since you said something about the Charlotte Hornets guys, like I kind of tied that into. It's like it's rampant, and it sucks.
Yo, but the thing is, with this though, I'm like, logically, without bringing race into it, you could see where he made the mistake, but. When I first saw it, I thought it was originally just that one. I was thinking it was more like it was just the eye part he messed up. But then I saw the whole thing. I was just like, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, listen,
I'm like, son, you're on your own. Because autocorrect is not going to default to that unless you use it many times before.
Auto text will tell on you every time. Auto text will tell you every time. If you use that, I mean, the same thing like happened with BG. When BG put in the P on his PlayStation and showed up Pornhub, you trying to tell me that that just showed up? Come on, BG. Don't play now. BG, you put in the P and tell me, I was trying to put in PlayStation, but as soon as you put the letter P, Pornhub shows up.
BG over there putting the skank bank up there for everybody to see.
Right. And it was on live stream too. And he tells us, that was the type of Nah, we know what time it is. You know, hey, listen, to each his own, but don't play like you don't know what's happening. But it's weird though. But
yeah, especially when now he ducked permadeath in Last of Us 2.
Tell him don't type in permadeath. You might get something.
He probably wish it was that.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's talk about Madden NFL 21. Listen, the game comes out this week. Basically, if you have EA access, I'm about to get EA Origin Premiere back on my PC. I haven't had it in a while. I wish I did because, well, you guys know why I didn't. With all this thing with COVID, I kind of took all my subscriptions down to save money. But for the most part, I want to get it back now. And I didn't realize how much they did with Origin Access on PC. They got so many. I mean, you can get so many games on there now. I don't even want to talk about that, but any of these deals that they have now with these subscriptions, it's like one of the best deals in gaming. $15, you could play a shitload of games. You can't beat that. I mean, that's just not talking about just Origin. You're talking about Xbox. They have a really good one. I'm surprised Sony hasn't come up with one because it's a very popular deal. But yeah, Madden's coming out, and I'm gonna tell you guys. I don't know how you feel about this. The reason why I wanted to talk about this, I'm going all in on Madden. I don't care how jacked up the game is. I don't care what's going. I'm going to make it work this season. I'm not going to play 6 games and call it a day. I'm going to tough it out and actually try to play a whole season and do my damnedest to have fun with it. DJ, I already know you already said something about how you felt about it, so shut up. Bills, what you think about that?
I mean, look, man, I'm doing the same thing. I'm making a roster tomorrow, whatever day the game comes out, and I'm gonna play it. And I already know the gameplay is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make the most out of the franchise. They're gonna be adding some things, so honestly, I'm excited. I can't lie, I'm excited. This is the first time I've been excited about Madden in a little bit.
Okay, I haven't played it, so I don't. But my thing is, I just want to. I need an NFL game that'll go along with my streams, and I have a couple, but I don't want to necessarily. I mean, I still play Madden 08. I can put that in my streams, but I don't have any other ones. I don't want to play 2K5 again. I mean, like, really, come on. But it's just, I think, like,
At this point,
huh?
beating a dead horse at this point with 2K5.
It's not even that, Bills. It's just that I bought the game July 20th of 2004. You know what I'm saying? I bought the game day one, and I literally had the game ever since. That game is what it'll be 20. It's 16 years old. I've played so much of that game. Not saying that if I play it, I won't have a good time. I think it's still a good game, but it's like I've seen everything in that game.
So
you know, you know what I mean? It's like I know if I play it, I have fun, but it's just I want to play something different. So with that being said, I want to add that to my streaming roster. So I'm not going to play Mud. I may play a little bit of the Yard, but I'm definitely going to be playing franchise mode. That's where I'm going to be at. I don't see myself playing Mud, and I don't understand it. Like I saw a poll on Twitter earlier where somebody said that what is the first thing you're going to go into once you play Madden? And a lot of people were saying like it was either Play Now, franchise, Mud, and I can't remember what the fourth one was. It could be Face of the Franchise or something, or QB1 or something like that. And like everybody, it was like 75% of them was saying like Mutt. And I'm like, see, this is why shit can't get done in the game. But nevertheless, I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to do everything I can to make it work. And I think I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going in it with the mindset that I know that bullshit's probably going to happen. I got a mindset that I know that it's not going to be the full experience that I want. I don't think I'm going to have as much fun with it as I will with NCAA 14, but I think I have enough fun to say, hey, I'm going to continue to tough it out and have a good time. Because I mean, looking at my other streams I've been doing lately, it's been really fun, and I want to add that to it. I think I'll be able to do that. Okay, DJ, I want your thoughts.
Fix franchise mode.
I know that's what he was gonna say. That's why I was like, fix bad franchise. Shut up, DJ. No, but I was like, look, I don't know if I'm going to play with the Falcons. I don't know what team I'm going to pick with the franchise. And like every time when I play Madden, I always end up picking with the Falcons. Like Madden 08, I've been playing with the Raiders on that, and I've been having fun because it's just like it's not a team I'm used to playing with, and I'm actually learning things about the teams or whatever. And it feels different playing a different roster where you don't have to play the NFC South as much. So it to me it was a little bit different. So I don't know. What are you going to dwell into once you get the game, Bills?
Like I said, I'm going to make a roster. Probably jump into franchise after a few play now games to test out the roster. Honestly, think about doing either franchise with the Bengals, and I was also thinking about the Bills. So
I was thinking about probably doing the Raiders again because I have the Raiders on my Madden 08 one.
Should be
yeah, I'll think about trying the Raiders, or I may do the Broncos. My wife loves the Broncos; she's a big Broncos fan, so I may do that.
Yeah.
If a third choice,
maybe I got the Redskins since DJ's not getting Madden 21 this year.
Yo, you don't have them, man. You don't have the Redskins. How you gonna get them?
Oh shit. Maybe I'm gonna do the Washington blanks.
football team.
It's here.
Can you edit teams on Madden? I don't think you can, but if you could, I would change it to the Red Wolves if
Okay, I
I
don't
was you.
think you can edit the name though.
Yeah, I would change it to the Red Wolves. I don't know why they didn't come up and use that game. I mean, use that team name. I like that. It's either going to be the Raiders, the Broncos, and I'm looking on my wall right here because I got the picture of all the football teams. I don't know the third team. I may use the Giants just because of Daniel Jones because he's a young quarterback.
I
That
said
would
I
be
wanted what
interesting.
Cardinals won last year, and with DeAndre Hopkins, I think it's definitely going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
the Cardinals would be interesting because you still got Larry over there too.
Not too easy, not
Um,
too difficult.
Dolphins wouldn't be too bad.
That's
Dolphins wouldn't be a bad
not
one.
considered.
Chicago. I would probably use Chicago because Kendall Vildor's over there. He's
Who?
playing with them from Georgia Southern. That would be different. But I don't like their quarterback situation, so I probably wouldn't use them because I don't want to play with Nick Foles.
You better trade Trubisky.
For who? Who? Hold up, time out. First of all, we talk about Madden. What kind of trade logic is in Madden? Second, I'm going to be getting like a fifth string quarterback trying to trade him.
You better combo him. You better combo him with a draft pick.
I don't know. Chicago would be nice. That would be interesting to play with them. Chris Thomas says, "Where's my mouse?" Okay, he says, "I'm going to get it, and I'm running my first online league this year." Okay. At the MLB The Show 14, I don't want to touch online leagues at all because I remember I did that with MLB 14 on PS4, and we literally had all the teams filled up. It was like that cool. But the problem was a few people started playing games. People was getting wins, but it counted as losses. Some people had losses counted as wins. Some people had like extra wins and they only played like 3 games, but they were like 5-1. It's like the online was so bad. It was like I don't think Madden would be that bad, but it was just that bad. It was weird. But so I think those are the 3 teams I may try. I may play with the Raiders. I may try with the Broncos, or I'll play with the Bears. I don't want to play with the Falcons. That's just too easy, in my opinion. I've done it so much, so I don't think it should be viable to. Pooh said he'd be right back. Okay. I don't know what else I want to add to that. DJ, you wanna say anything when it comes to Madden? Yay, nay, no. You gonna be flying in your planes and above it all, playing golf as well.
Yeah, playing golf.
You know, that's another game. I want to talk about that on Thursday, the golf game. I think it's gonna be a pretty good game.
Who's Well, here's an interesting question. Who's going to be?
All right. Before we go on, so we're past the Madden 21, so my embargo is lifted. I can
for
talk
right now.
Okay.
For right now.
For those in the chat that didn't realize, I made a promise, so I held to it. And this is going to go on throughout the whole entire season. So whenever these guys talk Madden 21, I will mute my mic. I would do whatever. You would not hear from me about Madden 21.
Shut up, DJ. So Jared Green says he's getting Madden 21 as well. I think Jared has a PC, so he'll probably get it on Origin. And that's the thing. It's like if you have Origin or if you have like EA Access, like it's so easy to get Madden. So you don't have to pay $65. Like if you're still paying $65 for Madden and you're in this community, you basically at this point, you're asking for punishment. Because for the most part, everybody in this community know what Madden is. This is not. Our community is a little unique. We're not one of those communities that say, "Oh, it's Madden season. We got to get Madden." It's like, no, we generally know, like, okay, Madden is on the lower tier when it comes to sports games, so we'll pay X amount of dollars to get the game. And so I mean, we do have some people who play the 65, but for the most part, the majority pay like the minimum. Well, they claim they do anyway, but I know some people who are straight frauding out here saying that they never mind.
So my question for the chat is, what games are y'all getting before next gen comes out? Because me, I have First Mafia on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I have WWE Battlegrounds on my list.
For me, honestly, I'm about to get every console exclusive I don't have on PS4. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get those prior to the next gen. I want though. I want all the only on PlayStation games. I need to get those. So Ghost of Tsushima, I'm gonna get that. Days Gone, I need to get that. I think those are the only two I don't have.
Okay.
But I'm getting those. I'm getting those.
All right, let me see. What was I thinking about getting? Let me make sure my mic is on. Okay, good. It's on. Well, there's PGA that's coming out Friday. There is NBA 2K that comes out a week after that other game, and NHL. Because I know Cyberpunk was supposed to come out, but then that got delayed. So, but
Yeah, Cyberpunk got pushed back.
I was never really interested in it. For
Really?
me, yeah, because it looked like trash.
I
I'm
think that game's gonna be really good.
I think for what you were initially told that would be in the game, when they took certain stuff out of it, because now everything's in first person. When before they say you could switch,
You could switch back and forth. Right.
And I think the combat was supposed to be,
Wow.
better third person. So I haven't seen that name in a long.
I know. That's why I said, "Wow." I haven't seen Urlacher in a minute.
So.
Let's see. Chris Thomas said recruiting people to join his online league is difficult. Yeah, you got to find the right people too to do that. You just can't get anybody in it because one person could ruin your online league. Jerry Green says he's playing on straight console when it comes to Madden. Quayface says PJ Tour fuck Madden. You're gonna be playing Madden.
No, you're not.
Fuck PGA Tour.
Bills, you're gonna be playing it too.
I'm not playing that horse shit. I didn't get the.
Oh, now it's horse shit. Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Like I said, let me know when you can use the pros, and you may get a purchase out of me.
You create your own player, build up your skill, play sim, and not have to deal with microtransactions and much.
I don't create players games that I wouldn't do in real life, so I don't play golf in real life. I'm not create a player.
I don't play golf in real life either. But I
probably would if you had that
challenge of it. What was that?
All right, Jared says he's getting Mafia. He got to get Ghost as well. Chris Thomas said he's going to get Watch Dogs, which is I'm surprised he's going to get Watch Dogs. Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. I may try that.
I got to answer a question from before that I don't see now.
I haven't seen Urlacher in a while. He said, "What's up, fella? Long time listener, first time caller. I'm getting an $80 early Madden. Probably will regret it later."
I gotta answer. Where's the dude's question from Twitch?
Man, I just saw one.
I saw that. I'll get it.
I just saw one of the goals that the Islanders scored, and I can't believe how it was scored. It was one of them soft goals, but it was like a bouncing puck that Holtby had plenty of time to. And it's like he didn't care, and just bounced right around him, and in the net it went. Yeah,
damn, what a goalie that.
Yeah.
Urlacher also asked, did anyone get UFC 4? How do you guys like? We talked about that last episode. You can check that out. But long story short, Bills loves it. I'm not a UFC guy. Bills will tell you anytime if I get the beta, I'll send it to him. But long story short, he likes it. We talked about that in episode 166.
Yeah, because I think the last time I got a UFC game was UFC 2.
Yeah, I think I got that one as well.
Yeah.
Chris Thomas said he paid for the $70 for his Madden. Okay, so I guess it's more than I thought. People pay full price for Madden. I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, and then what if EA all of a sudden for the next gen version was like $70? I know yesterday's price was $60, but it's $70 today since you guys are willing to pay $70 on the current gen.
My thing is, I wonder if you're going to be able to get a legit upgrade, like a straight upgrade like we did with some games last gen. I'm not sure.
They claim you can get smart delivery.
Okay.
That's right. Because it's supposed to be a port. So that's another clue right there.
Yeah, because I was wondering about that because I think I think as PC gamers are getting the current gen version of Madden. I don't think we're getting the next gen version. I don't think we are. So we're probably
no one's getting the next gen version support.
So I think it's gonna be the same thing like they're doing with 2K. With 2K, you getting the current gen on PC. Next gen's gonna be on the consoles. You have to wait to next year to 2K22 to get that, just like how they did last time.
Oh, and for the record, the way that DJ is doing about Madden, I'm doing that for NHL. So yeah, and so further.
You need to give me a reason.
These motherfuckers need to put a blog out. Yeah, they need to put a blog out.
I need a reason.
They already said the game was delayed, so.
Well,
because I'm still on blog together. Because I'm still on NHL 14 and I'm loving that game. And I mean, I don't know. I need a game to pull me away from that. So I would love to see about that. Jared says I got EA access. I'm going to get the field first to see how fix my sliders on Madden 21. Okay, and that's another good reason. That's another good reason to have EA access. I see that.
Wait and see with the next gen Madden. I mean,
I don't think they say that next gen Madden is actually going to be a full game from what I hear, but I haven't. It's not confirmed. 2K already said you're getting
October.
Yeah, 2K already said you're getting two different games. I also have to put this up all the time. Georgia Southern University definitely in the house. Absolutely. Hey, we just recruited like this top-notch receiver, yo. I can't wait to see this guy on the field.
Yeah, in 2021.
Yeah, I can't. I take that weight. I'll take that weight. I can't wait to see that guy on the field because
it was like, yeah,
no, you're gonna have to wait.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Georgia Southern don't get receivers. We don't. We are a triple option, spread option running team. Like right now, we got like 4 running backs that could be starters. We're that type of team. So for us to say we're going to implement the passing game and now we're starting to recruit receivers, I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out. That's going to be interesting. But nevertheless, y'all guys, like I'm gonna put this out here as well. Everybody who's here and people who listen to us after we go live, please go and subscribe to or follow DJ on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. Bill's, follow him on Twitch. I got all that in the description on the YouTube side because we're out here actually playing games and actually going live and we're actually doing our thing, actually playing instead of just talking about these games. So definitely go and definitely go over there and follow all of us on those platforms on that platform because DJ has a time where he stream. I have a time when I stream. Bill's going to find a time when he stream, and we're going to, especially with Madden about to come out. So we're definitely going to have everything coordinated to where we're going to be putting out gameplay for you guys to show you guys on what we're doing outside of us talking about what we're doing. So take the time and do that. It's all in the description. I need to make a banner for that too for our Twitch channels.
Yeah, so because one thing I will say, like I said, tomorrow evening, 8:00, I will be doing Microsoft Flight Simulator since I did the test stream earlier today. So we're good to go.
Right. Appreciate that, Jared Green.
I definitely appreciate that.
He said he's going to create him a Twitch account for y'all. Like, see, for me, I stream on both. Like right now, you can watch us on Twitch right now as well as YouTube. Every now and then, I may make an exception where I'll just do something that's like strictly on Twitch or something strictly on YouTube. So just always keep that in mind when I stream. It may be sometimes that YouTube or Twitch may be acting up. I can actually still stream on one of the avenues. So yeah, definitely do that. So like I said, all the stuff is in the description where you can just go and hit that follow and everything.
Pooh, you should have said I'm gonna be back because I'm gonna be right back was not exactly how that shit worked out.
Right. Yeah. But he is doing some work out here. He put my Twitch link up, put DJ's on up, and put Bill's on up as well. So let everybody know how they can just have easy access to our Twitch channels. So that's great. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna put this up here and say, wow, that's a rare for the Eagles, a top-notch receiver. There's must not be a college football season this year.
Pretty much.
What you do is like if you go to my Twitter, I'm gonna go to my Twitch. Go to my Twitter. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. I'll just put it in the description. Oh, put it in the chat. This kid looks really good for a receiver. This is not like one of these these blocking receivers or whatever. This kid can run, he can catch. He's pretty good. So let me copy this link. And whenever you get a chance, check that out. Also, Bill's put this up here as well. I'm gonna put that in the chat so everybody can see. Um, right there, you can follow him on IG, Grand Sports Talk. Also, his music page is official Grand Music. So both of them are right there. You can always, you don't just have to find us on Twitter or whatever, because there may be some different things that's out there where we may put out different things. One Mr. Ham, he says he's about to create one as well to support y'all. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. We really appreciate that. Go over there to Twitch, and you can find us there. And but I'm really excited because I think right now we're trying to approach the 200 when it comes to these episodes, and there's a lot of big things. Me and my wife in general, we just been talking about like what I can do for the channel. I've already talked to Bills and DJ about the things I want to do as well. Maybe a couple things I didn't talk to them all the way. We'll talk about that later on. But it's a lot of things I want to do with this channel and their channels as well, and the podcast in general. Not only just for this area to grow, but their stuff to grow as well. So, but it all starts with our communication to you guys. So you guys really make us go, because without y'all, we'll be talking to ourselves in here. So we'll pass it on once everything's on the up and up, and if everything's good on our end as far as how we feel about presenting it to you guys. So that's pretty much where we at on that one. Bills, I'm about to put this question up. This is the one that you wanted to talk about. It is right there. So if you want to talk about that one.
Oh, you got that little bitch Mike Perry up there. Anyway, what you thinking for Big Daft John Bones giving up his light heavyweight belt, and who do you think he should fight at heavyweight? All right.
Oh, if y'all asking why I cut off my camera, I'm eating right now, so I don't want y'all to see me eat. So just let me know.
This is an interesting question because he was threatening to give up his title for a while. I mean, he doesn't want to fight Reyes. I don't know what else to say. He doesn't want to fight Reyes. A lot of people think Reyes won the first fight. I mean, it was close, and I think he knows if he fights Reyes again, Reyes either will stop him or win a decision because he's proven that he can take him 5 rounds and perhaps win a decision.
Hey, Bill, so let me cut in for a second. Hey, BF, I'm gonna need you to mute your mic. No one wants to hear you like slurp and.
He said, "Y'all ain't gonna see me,
stop
but y'all gonna hear me."
Wow.
But
Jesus Christ.
who should he fight? Well, see, the unfortunate thing about Bones is you can't just throw him in the octagon with anybody. So he's going to have to be a top 3 contender in the division automatically. That means he's going to have to face an Ngannou or a Derek Lewis or somebody like that at the top of the food chain. Cormier, he says he's retired. I don't know. I feel like if Bones came up to heavyweight, that's more so in Cormier's wheelhouse. He might end up coming out of retirement, but stay tuned for that. Yeah, Ngannou. You said Bones is getting old. Was he 30? He's like 30.
I guess in UFC fighting terms, once you hit 30, it's just like football.
No, it ain't. Randy Couture fought till he's like 45 or some shit.
Yeah, but what happened to him as he aged?
Not much. He was actually fighting pretty well. Yeah, Bones is 33, bro. He got another 7 years if he wants to.
Man, he's gonna fall off a cliff.
He'll fall off a cliff eventually. Ain't yet.
Man, he may literally fall off a cliff.
Nah, Bones hasn't showed any slowing down yet. I mean, 8 straight title defenses. I think heavyweight would be a good move. He can come in with a little bit more weight. He doesn't have to get down to that 205 weight limit. But anyway, yeah. Ngannou, Derek Lewis, all the top contenders. He needs to fight them. Stipe's probably going to face Ngannou next. I would say that Bones should have to face a top contender before he gets a fight for the title. Just me. You said he's. I haven't seen him slowing down. Um, I personally haven't seen him slowing down. I think Reyes is just a damn good fighter that people really didn't know about, but I knew about him. I saw him destroying dudes. I saw he was a complete package. I don't think he's slowing down. I think Reyes is just that good. We saw it with Gustafson. Bones was in his prime, so it's the same thing. Um, so that's that.
All right, I'm good.
I have another topic if you want to keep.
No, go ahead. If you got one, let's go.
Wait. Hold up.
Go ahead.
I'm sitting here looking at. Hold up. I'll just make sure I always check this. Make sure I'm looking at this tweet that Deuce Douglas just put out. I'm gonna send it to y'all in the DMs real quick.
Man, I need to be watching that tweet of that receiver I just put up there. That dude's a monster.
Yeah, when he finally plays in 2021.
But, hey man, don't do that man like that. That man the junior, man.
I'm just saying he joined just to like hang out for a bit until next year.
All right, let's look at this Deuce.
That's clearly his. I'm like, he's been doing those type of tweets as of late.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that shit.
You see the hashtag underneath.
Yeah, I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see it to believe it.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I mean, like I said, but there's one reason why, there's one reason why you would want to, get Madden. I'm getting it for the $14 on Prime Origin and Prime Origin Access. Oh, but speaking of Prime, did y'all know that Amazon is doing video games now? Like they have like their own little package. Like if you have Amazon Prime, you get like free games and shit. Like I noticed that the other day.
Yep. Yeah.
What type of free games?
Mainly games it's mostly through PC.
Yeah, they're like PC games. They're actually pretty decent ones.
Yeah. But
man, you need to get on PC, man. You slipping, bro.
Man, shut up.
Just saying, you'd be playing Microsoft Flight Simulator while waiting for Madden, but yeah, you want to wait for the series or whatever. So
I'll build a PC, but it's gonna take a while.
Should probably be easy to build an Xbox before you build a PC. So
no, they got some pretty legit games on it. Not too bad. Got a bunch of DLC too. They got a lot of SNK games though. A lot of SNK games.
So you mean to tell me the Caps just had a 2-man advantage and then they ruined that? Oshie got called for hooking. They're still down 2-0 in the second period. Yeah, the Caps going home. They'll be the first team eliminated from the NHL playoffs.
Oh wow!
In the round of 16, because obviously there were teams that got eliminated before that. And that's funny. And we talked about this on a prior episode, but NHL's playoff structure for this COVID season, being the best of 5 and a round robin, I think the NBA could have at least did the first round best of 5.
Oh, he wanted to know what Deuce said. Erlak wanted to know. One of y'all want to screen share that, because I don't want to do it. I know I'll get kicked out because for some reason screen sharing is not my thing.
Hold on, let me see.
I'll just share the tweet. Just share the link of the tweet.
No, that too. You can put that. Well, he said he's not on Twitter. Or like I said, he's not on Twitter.
Yeah, but you can see people's tweets without being on Twitter.
Yeah,
no, that's true.
Hold on, did I?
I sent you.
Okay, there it is. Oh, they did score. Okay, so now it's 2-1. But yeah, I have no faith in that team. Fire Reardon, that should be the hashtag.
Yeah. So anything else y'all got? I mean, we covered everything.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about something I found kind of funny.
Oh, what's up?
That?
So I was watching a game yesterday that Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson were doing. They brought up an interesting point that's a bit funny. Imagine the NBA bubble in the 90s.
Man, there'd be fights every day.
Yeah,
that's what they said. There'd be fights. Imagine MJ just passing Barkley in the hallway. You like that ass kicking we gave y'all today?
Yeah, it would have been fights. Because that's like one of Michael Jordan's like favorite words. He be calling everybody bitch. He's like, it's like that was like one of his favorite words. So.
I would love to see like make a bracket of like 16 of the greatest teams of all time and put them in a fucking bubble from all eras. That shit would be so interesting to see.
Speaking of a bubble, didn't that one 7th round pick kid from Seattle got like kicked off the team for trying to bring
because
some
so plain Jane.
Hey man, listen, you can't
white
you
bitch
can't,
in there. And I didn't say white bitch. Yes, I did.
You can't help for who you fall in lust with, I guess.
Hey, yes, the fuck you can. He's an NFL player. You shit, man. You better pay for some pussy.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, some guys like the dance with the girl that he bought with.
That bitch better not have an OnlyFans.
I wouldn't be surprised
after this.
I wouldn't be surprised if you already had one beforehand.
That price
tag it's like nowadays every girl got one now. I'm like, all right. It's like every time you turn around OnlyFans that are like
right, can we get some more Q&A in the chat?
It's just funny that prostitution's illegal, but you can sell pussy online
unless you're in Nevada.
If you're your own pimp.
Right.
What if they instead of having it in Orlando, what if they had the bubble in Nevada? Especially
it wouldn't be all in trouble. It wouldn't
be all in trouble. Y'all trying to hit these slots real quick? Motherfucking no.
No, they ain't hitting the slots. They hitting the sluts.
Yo, you know what? That brings up a point. So I shared something before about this IG model that claims he has a story of giving oral to 7 NBA players in the same hotel at the same time for her birthday.
Man, that was a dude, bro.
Hey, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
That was a dude, bro.
We ain't gonna do that.
That was a dude.
We ain't gonna do that.
That was a dude.
So basically, she went through her starting lineup.
and she had a 6-man and a 7-man.
Listen. Oh yeah, you look at that picture. That to me, that was a dude. And for the things that they said that this person did to them, I believe that's a dude because most. This is what I've learned from what I've heard. Most people who live that lifestyle like to perform those services over the traditional services.
If they attempted those other services, they would
end up popping up like Woody Harrelson from Anger Management. You looking for some company, baby?
So Bill, because the thing is, you would expect like in some situation like that, they would have had other activities.
She ran the triangle.
That's
you would have thought that they would have.
Oh, it's high too. Wow.
They would have had other activities going on if that was a true female. But since it wasn't a real female,
these weirdos out here be saying the mouth is a mouth.
There you go.
The way people run around these days, a hole is a hole too. Apparently.
Yo, and apparently on Twitter, somebody said it was the Phoenix Suns.
I wouldn't put it past on any team. There you go, NYK. I'm right there with you.
Yo,
that's my personal opinion.
Let me find out Devin Booker had some extra motivation going into the bubble.
Yep.
Motherfuckers went. Hey, you know what? Put 2 and 2 together. Think about it. They went undefeated in the bubble. Just think about that.
And still didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe they really did. It's just not the playoffs you thinking. That's what when I first heard that story and I saw that picture, I was like, nah, that looks like a man, and I still believe it.
You know, it's funny. When I seen that picture, I was just like, "Is that a cartoon? Is that like some type of CGI anime?" And then I looked at it close. I was like, "Damn it, yeah, it's got a lot of makeup."
Them cheekbones is way too high.
Did you check the Adam's apple?
I don't think that's in the
was she
picture.
showing? I'm like, she may have been given neck, but did she show any?
This podcast can only go up from here, even though he went down.
Let me.
He said, "Well, the Phoenix Sun owner is gay." Oh, so you say he put him up? Oh shit!
Set him up. They got him with the setup. Got him with the setup.
Of the setting sun.
Now I'm looking at this picture, man.
Oh boy!
Listen,
Something up, all right.
I'm looking at this picture. I would not be that. Let's get off this subject. That's a guy. I'm just leaving it. That's a dude. That's a dude. I don't care what anybody say. That's a dude. I showed it to my wife. She was like, I don't know, and I like look at them cheekbones. She was like, okay, I think
she looking like a man.
Yeah, you look like how you said in that show. Look like a man.
Look like a man.
Yeah. Goodness, it's crazy.
I swear, this is people just get into stuff. They don't ask questions.
Apparently, people get in them.
Like, don't ask, don't tell, but people do tell, and people get exposed. So,
all right, I got.
Dwight Howard said, "I'm a member of the Phoenix Suns today." Fuck that.
Oh,
right. Chris Thomas, I got that information. I'm gonna let everybody know. Hey, everybody, go to the Discord. And I mean, like, follow what he said. Check the Discord. He put out the information for a sim league if you guys are interested. Also, if you haven't already, come through and join the first Framerates Discord. We got some pretty good people over here. We're growing. We're growing pretty good. We have to almost 18, 23, 27. Let's see if we can get 30 people in the Discord for the night's over with.
Counting like that.
Huh?
Were they populating while you was counting? Is like 18?
No, because it said offline was 17, and then I saw the other one was the people that was online, and then it got the people at the top that says the mods.
She was populating right in front of you.
That's 25, but if you count Villain in Black twice, technically it's 24.
Okay, so 24. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Okay. I saw Villain in Black was he was in the stream the other night.
Yeah, he actually subscribed to my Twitch, so thanks.
Yeah, that's what's up. Let's see.
Note the crown next to my name. Understand that.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's funny, that last part had a little bit of Nas attached to it.
He said, "Oh no, it's not about my sim league. Just read the screenshot." Oh, I'm sorry, that's not his. He said, "Read the screenshot." He said, "The league rules must be the league rules." He said, "The league rules is an Xbox sim league. We advance every 48 hours at 12
already tune off.
Or when the last game is played, the game must be scheduled within 24 hours at the advance listed below." What the hell? Oh no, that's old. Oh, that's old. He's talking about this. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Is it in general? Where is it?
No, it's all the way down to the end of
it's in video gaming.
It's
in general. So
Is it? No, it's in video game. It's in video
That's
game.
What
I'm sorry. My bad.
Hold on, I'll read this shit.
Go ahead.
I'll read this. Why not? All right.
Where did shit come from? Who did this?
Fucking know. What's the title of it?
It's a Madden 20 franchise. Something.
And yeah, what is it?
It's all the way at the bottom. It says.
Wait, is this in order?
I don't know, but I got it. I can read it.
No, I got it. Okay. People always say 2K5 is such a great game. You really want to know why those games back in the day were great? 3 words: no social media. You didn't have guys who had channels dedicated to pointing out and critiquing every flaw in the game. Pause. Who could he be talking about? Anyway, you also
stop. Hold on. Wait a minute. Stop.
Hammer time.
Wait, there's social media now, and there's still people playing the game now. So what is he talking about?
Well, we'll break it down after we finish.
Well, there were also no microtransactions, but let's.
No, I'm just saying, like, how the game, how all of a sudden, like, if the game was great back then with no social media, how the game cannot be the game by his logic, the game should not be great now because social media exists.
I think what he's saying is that back then you didn't have, and we talked about this, you didn't have so many opinions on Twitter that basically the fucking devs can go and say, oh, well, you know, we really don't truly know what to put in this game or who to cater to, which is why we got 3 modes: arcade, sim, and fucking competitive.
Okay.
I think he means that, you know, the lack of social media basically allowed them to make the game that they wanted to make as opposed to the game that so many different sections of people wanted.
No, but he's trying to say the game will be torn apart because of social media. Bro, we have social media now, and people still play that game to this day. People had channels for years playing this game, and nobody's like talking about this game like the way he's trying to.
But the game wasn't impacted by social media, though. That's the point he's making.
The way I look at it, it shouldn't make no difference. A bad game is a bad game, no matter if it come out in 2004 or 2018.
But what he's saying is the reason why we got the game that we wanted was a result of it not being how it is now. That's the point.
No, he's trying to say that the game was not great because of no social media. That's what he's saying.
No, he's saying why it was great.
Yeah, right. That's what it clearly says. People always say 2K5 was such a great game. You really want to know why those games back in the day were great? No, because they were complete games. Designers
that's what I'm saying.
Made games. There was no patches. There was none of that. That wasn't because of no social media. What the heck? And Chris, I know it wasn't you, and we can tell by looking at this that it wasn't you. You're sharing information like you said, so we got it.
Ray Fadid, no, I don't. I have Indian hair. This isn't naps. These are curls.
He said this isn't naps.
These aren't naps. I don't brush this, and as you can see, all these are. These aren't naps. You know, you can run something through that if you want to.
Well, anyway. I don't have anything to run through, so.
Oh God, here we go. All right. It said you also didn't have guys who had channels dedicated to showing what's the fastest blitz or adjustments to make to have your edge rusher come in untouched, or better yet, 1 TD plays. If you knew something bogus in the game, and trust me, every Madden that has come out had some bogus shit. You shared it with your boys, and that's about as far as it would travel. Believe me or not, but social media is the death to sports video games.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that.
All the games we've grown to really love all came out while social media was non-existent. You ever wonder why that is? Stop there. That's not true.
That's what I'm saying.
Because NBA 2K20 was an amazing game, and it came out during social media age.
But another thing, MLB 2K5 is great. NBA 2K5 is terrible. And just because social media is not here doesn't mean we can't show it now compared to back then. It doesn't matter.
I'm curious to when this person was born, and did they ever hear of magazines back in the 90s that were pretty much telling everybody about these games? Well, because we were reading magazines, you know, in the 90s, since we didn't have social media, we opened a book and we opened a magazine and we read reviews of games.
And not only that, 2004, 2005, you know what we had? We still had the internet. We still had, you know, forums. We didn't have like MySpace or Facebook or Twitter. You went to the 2K forums, because you got to think about it. 2K5 came out at the time where broadband was just now starting to be a thing in the Xbox, and you could still do broadband on the PS2 as well. So internet was there. It was slow, but you still went to the 2K. You can go and dig up some archives from the forums back in 2002, 2003. Social media was there. It just was in the forums. So
I'm like, because I know Erlacher just said, hasn't Twitter been around since 2008? Yeah, that's pretty much. That's why a lot of times they, when it talks about certain social issues being blown up, they're blown up, even though they've already existed before there was Twitter, they've blown up because now you have 10 million people talking about those social issues instead of like an individual probably hearing like 10 or 15 people in their circle talking about something. So,
well, let's keep going. So he said, all games we've grown up to love all came out while social media was non-existent. You ever wonder why that is? Don't get it twisted. EA has definitely dropped the ball when it comes to Madden. I can go on for days, but we all know the problems. Trust me, 2K is no different. Only thing we get from 2K if they were allowed to create a quote simulation football game is a deeper franchise. Let's go on to the next stream.
I can agree with that. But see, that's where I get the implication. Like he's saying, like the game is terrible, but nobody knew because of social media. That's where I differ because a bad game is a bad game. If people wouldn't be going out, like for instance, nobody would be going out and playing all pro football right now and talking about, the game is getting. I mean, that game has problems. Just because social media wasn't technically a big thing back then, we didn't. It's not like we didn't see those problems.
Well, then he said the game would be no different than Madden. Oh my God, this is such a pet peeve of mine. It's then, not then. Then. The game will be no different than Madden. All these sports games rely heavily on the animations. Thank you for your time. You're not welcome because that last comment, quite frankly, is utter bullshit. To say it would be no different than Madden is just ridiculous. Even if it was different in a bad way, it would be different. Make no mistake about it.
That's exactly what I was talking about. He was coming up with the idea saying that the reason why 2K is regarded is in high regard because of social media. That's what I picked up off of this, whatever the hell he was talking about. And that's not true because like social media is out now. Nobody's talking about those games because trust me, nobody's right here trying to play Backbreaker anymore. Backbreaker is a product of social media being a prominent now, and nobody wants to play it because it's been on display.
Let me ask you a question though. Let's say 2K5 came out in this generation, and let's say it came out along with Madden 21. How do you think it would be? How do you think it would be received?
I think it'll be received above whatever maximum is and below what Madden is. Because I mean, let's not get it twisted. A lot of people want to say that Madden 20, Madden 21, or we'll just say Madden 20 is a terrible game. Madden has its issues, but I think right now, Madden is probably at least on par or slightly better than 2K5 because 2K5 is just dated at this point. And, I mean, as far as like animations, 2K5 still has more authentic animations, but I feel that Madden has more animations. Like backpedaling in 2K5 is good. There are some catch animations that you can find on the whim that is not in, I ain't gonna say not in Madden, but you can't really find in Madden unless if you dig deep into Madden to get them. There are some tackle animations that you don't see as much because Madden does a more physics-based system. Also, certain jukes, certain spins. Like if you hold down the button to power up a spin, you'll get like this real exaggerated spin from a running back in 2K5 that you don't get in Madden. There's a stiff arm, a power stiff arm in 2K5 that you don't get in Madden. I can't say for certain, but I feel that the head tracking in 2K5 was probably is better because they have really good head tracking compared to Madden 20. But I mean that could be debatable because I haven't really studied the head tracking in Madden 20 like I would.
So here's the point I was making. NFL 2K5 comes out in this generation against a title like Madden 21 that's obviously on a completely different console, right?
Mm-hmm.
His comment is a bit off the mark because I think that game would be heavily criticized by the sim heads. But here's the thing, though. It would not be affected, like, because remember, we have to go based on what it was in 2K5. So 2K5 would be affected by patches and shit. What you get is what you get.
Right.
If that was a football game coming out to people, at the very least, they would credit them for saying, look, here's the game, play it, we're not touching it.
A lot of things that I will say, like I said earlier about 2K5, I've played it so long, I just don't want to play it. I'll have fun if I play, but I don't want to play it. The thing about 2K5 is when you had the game, when you run the game and things happen on a play, 9 times, I would say almost 10 times out of 10, most of the time the play plays out in a logical form where you don't feel like you're being bullshitted around. And I think that's a lot that people would just ask for. Just like, look, I just want a game that plays logically. If something happens on a play and if the outcome should make sense. I don't even think a lot of people would want like a full-on simulation. They just want the outcomes to make sense. A lot of people would deal with it if a play like a running back is run up upfield, he's 2 foot, he's 230, and he's going up against a guy that's like 170 on the sideline, dude's at full speed. That DB should have no business trying to tackle him unless if he goes for the knees in a desperation attempt. In Madden, you have situations where this 170, 180 pound running back hit sticks this 230-pound running back and he flies off into the sideline. It's like those type of things is just people are like, wait a minute, why? I'll just say his name, like Eddie Lacy. Why is he getting trucked by, a third string safety or something? It's like stuff like that don't make sense. And we saw a lot of that with the physics-based system when it first started out. You saw a lot of wonkiness.
But also think about, we see maximum and we see axis, and I would say that the gameplay in those games, even in this generation, is behind 2K5, I think, by a considerable amount.
Yeah.
Like I said, if the graphics came out, like that from 2K5 or I guess 2004, and they put out that game these days, I mean, you have people these days that still say 2K5 plays better than Madden. I don't think it would be criticized the way he makes it out to be, but that would more so be a result of its competitor.
Right. I agree. I think a lot of people don't realize that 2K5 still looks good to this day when you play it. I'm not even talking about like playing on the original Xbox. I don't want to sound biased because I love the original Xbox. If you put that game in a 360, it upscales the game to 1080p and it looks really good. It's not a bad looking game at all to this day. So the only thing about 2K5 is like, I think you can tell that the game, the way it runs, you can tell that it's a data game the way it runs, but it's still a smooth experience. But it's not like on the level like, oh, this game is a PS4 game. You can still tell it's a data game, but visually, I mean, they still have things in that game that you don't see in Madden now. Like for instance, if you play with the Raiders, and say if the jersey hits the sunlight, you can see the pads, inside. Like legit pads inside of the jersey. That's unreal. Like, because they still have the mesh in the jerseys, but you can see like the pads, and you can see like the what's the company, Rydell? You can see like the Rydell logo in the pads under the jersey. Like that stuff you don't see in any game nowadays. That's like unreal stuff.
Mr. Ham, I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Which one are you talking about?
That one you just put up.
Okay, go ahead.
So microtransactions and MUT definitely hurt, but the thing about the social media influences, you gotta consider a couple things. You got the game changers, the influencers, right? And I'm not talking about the Smitties and the SimF balls. I'm talking about the arcade and comp influencers.
Yeah, I'm glad you said. I'm gonna piggyback on that in a second.
Yeah, because they dictate what people will accept year in, year out. I mean, we talked about this before. Literally, they came up with the system to muzzle sim gamers and muzzle people who want a better game. So the social media influence is major, and you can see it in other walks of life as far as entertainment and anything with products. If you have people out in front on the field that are getting people to have a certain perception of the product, this is what is going to end up being the product in the end. It's going to be something that a lot of hardcore fans aren't a fan of, but a lot of the casual fans are saying, well, this is what we expect.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Neither one of y'all are wrong. It's almost a split. Like if you're splitting hairs, 25% of that hair that's split is the microtransactions. The other 75% is social media. And I will say this, will say why. The microtransactions is a detriment to the game. But the problem with the social media side, they're the ones that's pushing it on people. They're the ones that are pressuring kids or pressuring the gamer to say, hey, look what I got in this pack. You can do it too. Or like they'll put up, don't think about it. Social media is not just Twitter or Facebook. Social media is YouTube. And when you go to YouTube or you go to Twitch and you see these guys that are opening packs and be like, oh shit, I got like a diamond or whatever they say, like a 99 Russell Wilson, and I can throw like Pat Mahomes and run Michael Vick with Russell Wilson. The microtransaction itself is not the problem. I mean, it's a part of it, but it's not the problem. It's that YouTuber that pushes it on people to make people think like, oh shit, he did it. I need to open up mommy's wallet. Like, that I think that's more of a detriment to just the microtransaction itself. It's more like, yeah, drugs are bad. And if you let the drugs sit there, it's really on you to not to sniff the cocaine. But you turn around and say, the drug dealer comes up and is like, yo, man, I got the fire, Joe. I got the fire powder. Yo, you want to sniff it? He's more of the problem than the actual drug, in my opinion.
Well, he's
trying to push it on you.
Well, it's like saying drugs are bad, and then you got LeBron on Twitch and he's sniffing coke.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Perfect analogy.
Well, I mean, how can you on one hand? What is a kid to think? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like you see a picture of like a kilo of coke just sitting there on the screen. It's like, oh, that's cocaine. All of a sudden, you see like one of your favorite players or your favorite influencer sniffing it. Be like, oh shit, I could be like him. All of a sudden, it's totally different. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, so funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think both of y'all are right, but I think the pushing of the microtransaction is worse.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was literally going to say the same thing. It's like social media is definitely an enabler.
Right. Exactly. Like all of a sudden you see that I don't even know the kid's name. He was on one of those the 2K trailer, 2K20 when they had the slot machine.
Yep.
And he wears a Lakers jersey. I don't know his name, but he got like on his first try, he got like a diamond LeBron. And he's like, oh man, I got like you're never getting that on the first try, but he's the one enabling everybody to say, oh, I want to try my team now. Like, but if the slot machine is just in the game without the advertising, most people they'll probably try it, but they won't feel pressured into like, oh, I need $200 to go into my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they were trying. I'm sorry, they were trying to get 2K to change their game rating because of that type of marketing, but they weren't.
And that's the thing, DJ. It's not even the actual slot machine in the game. It's the actual marketing that made them tell them to change it. Because I can promise you, if it's just there in the game and it's not being pushed, most people will probably look at it as benign. They'll probably be like, okay, that's just another part of the game. But when you're trying to push it on kids or whatever, like, hold up, we see what you're trying to do. Since you're doing that, we need to let the public know that this is what y'all trying to do.
Well, this is why people who have asked for years, why don't we have the devs playing the games when we release gameplay? Why you let those guys release gameplay? Because they're releasing the brand of gameplay that these people want to see. They're releasing the casual and competitive.
Not only that, Bills. Think about it. You got shout out to OG. He's going to play the game straight up. He's not going to try to play like, what they do. OG's going to play straight up. He's a dev, and they're like, okay, most people going to look at that like, all right, you got a dev playing, that's cool. Now you got, compared to the influencer who's wearing a jersey, he got the backwards hat on, he looks like one of your friends that you see on the block. Not a 7-year-old kid that looks like, okay, this could be my big brother on YouTube. He's getting these packs. I want to be just like him. So it's more influence when you see somebody that look like you opening a pack compared to, let's say, a Ronnie 2K or Scott OG open up a pack. It's like, all right.
How it shifted, because remember in their gameplay streams, they used to show gameplay.
Right.
But now all the fucking YouTubers are the ones putting up, like you're going to see in the next couple of days just a fucking influx. I mean, today you had the Answer the Boss video, that NY Kia. I mean, he's one of the worst offenders. All these guys, and look, I'm not knocking them. Get your money however you get it. But Answer the Boss, QJB, all them dudes with the over-the-top personalities that don't play anywhere near us as far as our style, those are the dudes that they have put that gameplay out, open the packs and all that shit.
Yep, exactly. And that's what I was trying to tell, and it's not a knock on Smitty. I've been trying to tell Smitty that's like, as soon as QJB and Answer the Boss went down, don't get me, and this is not a knock on, I'm going to tell you something about Answer the Boss. Answer the Boss was a big proponent of NFL 2K5. He was one of the reasons why I used to watch Answer the Boss, because he had the updated rosters, and he's a Redskins fan. He had the updated rosters to the NFL 2K5, and he was actually going through a season legit. But I don't know what happened. But once those guys went down to EA, I told Smitty, I was like, look, these dudes aren't trying to go down there to make a sim game. You do know that, right? And here's Smitty. No, man, I think they got a little bit sim in them. I'm like, bro, let's not play games here. You know what I mean? It's like, let's not do this. And it's like, yeah, those guys have an audience that's totally different. But once again, Bills, what did I say earlier? They're the guys that's dressed like those kids in the street. They got the backwards hat on. They got the jersey on. And, QJB's a Dallas fan. Enter the Boss is the Redskins fan. They're the ones wearing the gold. I ain't gonna say gold chain, but they're wearing the jewelry. They're the ones that's like influencing the little kids to be like that. Clint's not going to be able to push that on kids like that. He's not going to be appealing to them to open up MUT packs or whatever. But those two guys, absolutely. You know what I mean? Let's see. Like I said, I miss the old defensive playbooks where you can pick plays with double Z, double X, double tight end, double slot. I'm too old to make all those adjustments on the fly. Newer Maddens. I feel you.
You got to go to practice mode and practice making them.
Yeah, that's got to become muscle memory. But they but I know, what was it? The last? Yeah, they keep changing the controls around. And it's just even in the beta, it just seemed like they didn't include the one hot audible that you could do defensively.
Like how you used to, right?
Right.
Jared says, 2K19, I feel for it. I was that person that said I would never buy a MUT pack, but it is addictive. Oh, you went down. Don't feel bad. I did it with Madden 15. Don't feel bad.
I'm still the lone holdout.
The one Mr. Ham says, I hear you, Bills. Case in point, this channel and those like the Sim Standard should be larger than those like QJB. The influence have been constant. Yeah, absolutely. And we do appreciate that because I feel like if you're making a game that replicates a sport or claim to, those are the guys that should be forefront. We should be pushed up there like, look, we're making a basketball game, and this basketball game is going to be presented by guys who want the sport. Now you look at Madden 21, the game hasn't even been out yet, and you got players out, you got YouTube influencers already talking about the yard. That has nothing to do with, I ain't gonna say it has nothing to do with football, but it's so ridiculous that the yard is being pushed over actual real gameplay. Like that's the stuff that I'm talking about.
And the other thing is, what you have to remember, and we all know this, but a lot of people listening might not really realize this. If they were truly into improving franchise mode, don't you think they would retweet a lot of the videos about franchise mode? Don't you think there would be some videos that they had coming from these guys about franchise mode to get that thought in people's head? They have these guys make videos based on the modes that they want you to play. Face of the franchise, the yard. You're not going to see them say, hey, Answer the Boss, can you put out a franchise video? Can you be the person to show the first features of franchise that we put in? No, you're not going to get that. So, I mean...
And the sad thing is, that even right now, there's still... that list is still non-committal. Of like, they put that list in, they still have it to where, well, this list could change, but we haven't solidified this list. I'm sitting there like, well, until you solidify that list, because we've been at the point where it's like you must have these in the franchise mode. I'm like me sitting out for 21 is not indicative of their gameplay. Me sitting out is basically because they lied to people like me who want basic shit in our franchise mode. I can wait a week later and get that. So
I totally understand where you're coming from. A couple of more people that's in the chat. Erlacher says EA pushes MUT with pre-orders. 2K does the same thing with their. I mean, you could buy like the Kobe edition.
VC,
you get like 500 or 500,000 VCs. I did it with 2K19. I bought the deluxe edition for $100. I got like 300,000 VC.
But the difference with 2K is that it's not just their their version of my team that they push on people. They not push on people, but they market. They also market the VC covers.
You can do so
Also,
much.
your
You can do
my
other things.
career
Yeah, you can do
is
other
so
things
many
with it.
things. And the thing is, that at the end of the day, you don't have to even get the VC through that. I'm like, if you play the games, you get VC. Whether it's my career, play now, my league, whatever, you get VC.
You can
Period.
use those You can use that VC towards anything else. Like with Madden, they're like, look, they're not even trying to hide it. They're giving you like straight cards.
Like to
You're
tell you
like,
the truth, as much VC I have stored, I wish I could just give it away.
yeah,
Because I don't use it. I just play
right.
my league and it collects and it sits. I'll probably have like thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably like a million VC just
So why
sitting
you
in
ain't?
my
So why?
account.
So you need to open them packs then, bro.
It's not about whatever. I ain't opening no pack. No pack DJ over here.
Yo, if they
Spec
were
poop.
serious, if they were serious about franchise, they give you upgrade points in franchise as a pre-order bonus to your fucking.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
You know what I'm
Spec Pooh said he spent $80 on Mutton Madden 18. Wow.
Damn,
He said
Portland up 11 already?
Yeah, I was saying.
You regret it.
Damn.
Earl, like I said, the last time he got in the mud was NCAA 14, which I did. Let me tell you something. NCAA 14, their version of mud is actually pretty cool because I don't think you ever could spend money with that. I could be wrong, but I don't think you could spend money on that version of College Ultimate Team. I think that's what they called it or whatever. That was actually pretty good because most of their packs were pretty fair. I remember I got into that because it was free. Jared Green said the Yard said they have mouthpieces in the mode. They better have it in franchise. That's
They have
crazy.
them. They have them in the game.
Okay. Man, that'd have been crazy. Mr. Ham says the difference that 2K has an excellent offline focus compared. Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yep,
2K has been very good with their online stuff. I mean, my league, hell, even if you wanted to play my career offline, it doesn't feel like the only thing different with that is you can't buy like clothes or whatever, but you still get the same type of experience as far as playing in the seasons or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, they've always catered to the offline stuff. So that's good. MLB The Show is kind of getting away from that, but they do a pretty good job as well. Get up on 2 hours, but y'all got anything else?
I don't have anything. I know I'm like flipping back and forth between Caps and now this Lakers game. The fact that the Lakers are down early.
Yeah,
Wow.
why you had to say that? Tells they better have male pacifiers, bro. What the hell are you talking? You say the mouthpieces are male pacifiers. That's so gay. Anyway, I got a question. Everybody in the chat, yay or nay? Y'all like the setup we did with the cameras? Everything was good.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
No, what I miss?
What?
Did I say something funny? Cause
I swear you said gay or nay.
no, I said yeah or nay. No, I didn't say that. I know I bought it out a little bit, but
You did not buy it. It sounded like you said gay or nay.
Nah, yay or nay, guys. Y'all like the cameras? Look like Jared said he liked it.
The fact that you asked that question leads me to believe you purposely said that. You said that on purpose. You didn't. That wasn't no mistake.
Yeah, okay. Earl Acker says yeah.
Now we got cameras. I can see you lying.
So look like everybody's cool. They're good with the camera. So we said we was gonna do this last week, but we put it off till today. So, and I'm glad that everybody liked it. This is something that we're gonna continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
Bills, what you got for an outro?
Oh god, shit. Waiting for Madden to come out tomorrow. I've been playing the hell out of the snooker game, bro. Anybody who wants to know what snooker is or how to play, it's not that complicated. It's not as complicated as I thought it was. But just go look up the basic rules of snooker. It's kind of like pool. It's the same thing, and it's way better than pure pool. Shit's amazing, bro.
Excuse me.
Okay, I might have to try that. DJ, what you got, bro? Yeah, I can't even say. I said laugh my ass off. I can't even say.
I know, right? All right. So again, great show, guys. Great show, chat. definitely you guys were kind of started to roll with the questions at the end, so that was good. You guys came alive at the end. So you guys can follow me on Twitch, Evo325. I will be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a go. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take off the runway real quick. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's DJ81, and I have a website. It's dj81.org. So go follow me, and yeah, great show.
Yeah, DJ81.org is in the description of the YouTube channel, so talk about that. Madden does come out. I think it comes out tomorrow on EA Play. It usually comes out a day before.
It usually comes out Wednesday. Don't quote me because I thought UFC was going to come out on Wednesday or Thursday, and shit came out Friday. So don't quote me. But like 90% of the time, that's when they put Madden on EA Play, especially since it's a Tuesday release.
But here's another thing I thought, because of EA Play Pro, which is the replacement for Origin Access Premier for PC gamers. I thought that's usually up to 10 days early. So it would be tomorrow for the full game.
If
no
it's
trial.
10 days, right? If it's 10
Right.
days, right? Okay, that sounds good. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that, and I have to work tomorrow. I gotta see if my wife can come here and download it for me, so it'll be up when I get home.
Oh yeah, and tomorrow's the last day of my quarantine, so.
Yeah, you didn't say nothing about that.
Thursday I will be running around free.
That sounds good. Good. All right, people. As for me, you already know. You catch me here on YouTube, on Twitch, same thing, VF Baller. As of right now, I'm streaming. What am I streaming? Oh yeah, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. When Madden comes out, I'll probably be changing my streaming times, because I'll probably be doing like before or after DJ when he does his on Fridays. And I'll be streaming Madden. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna try to have some fun with it this year. Want to try and go from there. And
I think one of my major games, just real quick, is going to be Battlegrounds for sure. I think people are going to enjoy watching a stream without it.
Battlegrounds, okay, that's what's up. Other than that, I don't have any videos in the can this week, so I may not put out any videos. I may put one out tomorrow after I get off, because it's not really hard to put up with it, because I got the footage. I just need to put the commentary, so I may put out a video. But other than that, I'm definitely going to be streaming, and that's why we ask you guys to follow all three of us on Twitch, because we definitely going to be putting this gameplay out. Unlike some other people that are out here, they're talking it, but they're not doing it. So we're out here going to be doing it, and we're not doing it in small little clips showing you that there's a problem in the game. We're going to be playing the whole games. So, all right, you tried downloading the Discord app and it's not working. Try it on your computer. I don't know, man. You might need a new phone or something. All right, y'all. We're out. You guys be easy. We'll be back Thursday. We'll be talking about Madden, definitely, since that's going to be released, and we'll be talking about other things as well, whatever comes out in real sports. So, all right, you guys be easy. Guys, take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.